Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in welcoming two first-time competitors at the Masters, Crowe and Mateo Fernandez de Oliveira. Harrison earned his invitation with a victory in the Asian Pacific Amateur Championship last fall, and Mateo's invitation is a courtesy of his win at the Latin American Amateur Championship earlier this year. I'll begin with Harrison, if I may. 10 years after the great Adam Scott became the first Australian to win the Masters, here you are getting set to compete in your first tournament. I understand you spoke to Adam shortly before the Asian Pacific Amateur last fall. Maybe you could share with us some of the advice that he gave you at that time, which obviously was good advice.
Yeah. I mean, I met him the week prior. I played in Japan Open, and I didn't have a very, very successful week there. And I spoke to him after the second round, and he gave me very simple advice. It was just to go reset and just go out and get after it. And for my game to switch like that in the span of 2 weeks was awesome. And I guess it's very simple advice, but coming from a guy like him was awesome. And that's just kind of kicked me forward a little bit, especially into that week in Thailand.
Did you emulate any of his swings?
Try to. Can't quite get there.
Mateo, 1 year after finishing runner-up, you won this year's Latin American Amateur Championship in record-setting fashion. How did your finish in 2022 motivate you entering into the 2023 championship?
Well, of course, it helped a lot. Having that experience the previous year going into this year's final round, it was definitely something that I used in my favor. Finishing runner-up the last year, of course it hurt, but also it taught me a very good lesson. And going into this year's final round, I just did what I needed to do to get it done. And actually it ended up paying off, so I was very happy about it.
Maybe if I could ask both of you the same question, and I'll go Harrison first and then Mateo. What has been your biggest impression since arriving at Augusta National over the last week?
The course is definitely longer than I expected, but I think more so just the aura around the place is just so mesmerizing. And I think you go down Magnolia Lane, it's always so special, and not many people get to do it. So driving in that car down there, it's just it's definitely a life-changing experience. And then being here today, especially seeing how many people are out there, it's nerve-wracking, but it's more so exciting. It's going to be an unbelievable week, unforgettable week, and yeah, excited to get it going.
Mateo?
To be honest, I got very impressed about everything out here. Everything is so special. I'm trying to enjoy every second of it. As soon as I drove in Magnolia Lane, it just makes it way more special, and how perfect is everything out here. It just makes it super special. And today, watching all the people go crazy and just all the crowds were so amazing, and watching the line for the merge was very, very impressive.
Good. With that, we'll take a few questions if we have any. Please.
I know you've been to Augusta a few times before and have played it a few times before. What was it like today playing with crowds? How did that make it different? And what advice did Min Woo and Jason give you while you were out there?
It definitely made it a lot more real out there today with all the crowds. Obviously being here prior, there was no crowds, and to see so many people out there, it was so noisy. I was actually lucky enough to be on 15 green when Tiger's group was out there on 16, and it was so loud. So it kind of gives you goosebumps being out on the golf course inside the ropes, hearing a noise like that. Yeah, it's truly unbelievable. And then playing today with Jason and Min was awesome. Got to really pick their brains a little bit about the course, and Jason was extremely helpful with all the piece of devices, and I actually just heard him say he's going to take it a little bit more conservative, a little less aggressive, and I did watch that out in the course today, and it truly showed his experience playing holes like 13 and 15. There's a substantial longer length on 13, which makes it a lot tougher, and you kind of just said, look, the best guys go around there in a couple under for the week, so if you're staying out of trouble and give yourself wedges in hand, it's there to attack. So, but yeah, lots of pieces of advices around the greens and kind of where to be to certain pins and certain breaks, but no, it was awesome.
Hey, Harrison, I want to ask you, how do you see this line between amateur and professional, and what kind of advice and factors determine your transition from one to the other?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more going on in professional events, and especially this week, compared to most of the events I'm used to and amateurs are used to. There's a little bit of adjusting to do in terms of trying to make sure that you're staying a little bit in the moment, and I'm sure that will get tested come Thursday. But for me, it's just kind of just treat everything as I normally would out in a day of golf, and obviously enjoy everything and soak it all in and all the perks. But when it comes to the first shot, just really stay in the moment for me. Yeah.
This is for Mateo. I'm going to make two quick questions, one in Spanish and one in English. En español, sabemos de tu talento y las ganas que tienes de hacerlo bien esta semana. ¿Cuáles son tus expectativas realmente? And the English one, it's if you can get through us through your club selection on 13 and 15. We know you've been playing the course a few times in the last months. If you could share that, please.
¿Me repetís la pregunta en español, por favor?
Sí, tus expectativas, sabiendo el talento que tienes y las ganas que tienes de jugar, obviamente, el fin de semana, ¿cómo se quedaría contento Mateo el día domingo?
Bueno, creo que todo va a estar relacionado con, obviamente, las ganas de jugar bien están. Creo que nada, armé un buen plan, así que la idea es seguirlo y aprovechar la oportunidad también, ¿no? Creo que al final del día no hay mucho que perder y hay mucho que ganar, así que nada, la mentalidad va a ser esa, intentar disfrutar y dar lo mejor de mí. Y can you repeat me the other question?
Yeah, the club selection you used on 13 and 15, on the par 5s, when you play here, like the last couple of months.
So when I played the course, it was playing long, and most of them I play them into the wind. I mean, 13 being a little longer, I just hit drive straight. I'm not going to try to squeeze it in the dog leg. And, well, then, depending on the pin, is where I'm going to place my layup on the second shot. So, let's say probably the two pins on the left, I'm just going to try to be as close as I can to the creek, so I can have like a 40-yard shot up the hill. And then 15, I think if I can send a good driver there, I might have a good chance to get it there in 2. But if not, same than on 13, just look at the pin, where is the best spot to lay up, and then from there try to make a 4.
Mateo, you have, I believe, Cabrera's caddy this week. In what ways has he helped you? And also, what will be Brad McMakin's role for you this week?
Well, Brad's role is going to be pretty simple. He's here to support me and be there with me the whole time. It's very special to have him here the whole week. So, and then Ruben, my caddy, he's a good guy. He's been here. He won here. He's got the experience to give me some good advice out there. He's a funny guy too, and that's one of the main things for me. Just try to have fun. Get me a little distracted in the moments that I can, and just enjoy it.
Mateo, can you talk about, first-timers may want to limit the number of friends and family that are around them their first time at the Masters. Can you talk about the number of people that have made the trip and who are the members of Team Mateo this week? And also, same question for Harrison.
Well, so I got a big crew with me this week. We rented a house and we are around 10 staying there. My family and my girlfriend and sister are getting in tonight, so we're gonna be even more. But I got 4 friends from back home: my dad, my mom, girlfriend, sister, and my brother. So we've got 5 rooms and we got everyone settled. And I mean, we're just trying to have fun out of the golf course, which is gonna be a very important factor for me this week.
For me, it's the same as Mateo. We got, I think, 11 or 10 in the house of 6 rooms. So I did shotgun one of the rooms, but and we're kind of squeezing in bits and places. But no, I got a big crew over here this week, and it just makes all the week even more special. And there's so many other Aussies from our home club that are over this week. There's got to be at least 20 people that I know that are over here, and I mean it definitely makes it probably a little bit more comfortable having some people here that I can kind of go to, or just know that they're there, and if I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for them. So it's truly special.
Harrison, can you just take us through those last few holes at Amata Springs where you played so well, and any comparison you want to draw with the kind of pressures that you will have over here, and also how the last couple of months have been after, more than couple of months, have been after Amata Springs. What have you been doing, and how have you built up towards this tournament?
Yeah, so I mean the last few holes, well, that whole back nine really at Amata Springs, I really just proved to myself that I can do it. No, I wasn't in the greatest position going into that back nine, and to be able to flick a switch and get things going again and apply some pressure, really just cemented within myself that I've got the game. And there's definitely a lot of positives from that week to draw for not only this week but to going forward in my future and my career. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a wild journey. Arriving home to seeing so many family and friends after that week was certainly awesome. I had real close family and friends wait for me at the airport with banners saying we're going to the Masters, and we're here. Came around very quickly. But yeah, for the last couple of months has been just kind of making sure that I'm doing all the right things and taking the good steps towards this week. A month ago, I was able to spend a few days here, really just try to get over the kind of the aura and the mesmerization of the golf course, and just to get here this week, just so I can really just plan on how I'm going to attack the golf course and just go out there and kind of do my thing.
Harrison, it was a privilege to see you win at the Asia Pacific. I just asked Jason as to what was Golf Australia doing so right that it's producing a lot of young and very talented players. And he said the use of technology apart from your talent. How often do you FaceTime with your coach or use technology for your game?
Yeah, I mean, I see my coach quite often, not necessarily for all his technical lessons. It's just more so if I want to, I'll see him once a week. If we just go out for some holes and he'll play with me. But in terms of myself and all the access that I've got back home in Australia, it's great. I try not to focus too much on technical stuff and changing too many things. A lot of the time it's just refinement. So when I'm at home with my coach John, a lot of the time it's just kind of talking through things, planning things out, making sure everything's tidy. More than not, just have fun and just continue just to play the game of golf. I think in Australia we've got such a great atmosphere around us. No matter what state you're in, no matter what golf course you're in, we've got so many opportunities to travel, such a great high performance program for us to kind of go through. It's they're definitely doing all the right things.
You've got a title to defend, and it's going to be at home. Are you looking forward to that?
I am. I think I haven't looked that far forward yet, whether I'll be there. I'll hopefully make the plunge, but first things first, just to get ready for this week, I think.
Harrison, you hit a memorable shot last year near the Dunvegan. What kind of reaction have you gotten since then from that?
A lot of positive, which I'm quite thankful for. There's been a lot of people really come to me, and especially played the Australian Open at the end of last year. I couldn't believe the crowd support I had amongst playing with Cameron Davis and Adam Scott. I think hitting that shot just kind of shows the person that I am, that I'm not really afraid to give everything a shot, and kind of shows a little bit more of the Aussie culture a little bit as well, that we're pretty laid back and we're ready to do things.
Is there a shot that you could see that would be similar, that would be fun to hit here?
I want to retry the skim shot on 16 tomorrow, because I hit that straight in the middle of the water. So that's probably the one shot I really want to go again at.
Thanks.
Harrison, I guess as an amateur, how grateful are you that you are able to come to the Masters and do this, and that it is accessible for amateurs to be able to come here and experience what you're experiencing this week? And also further things like that we see that happen over here at the Masters, like the drive, chip and putt. Do you think that might be successful or encouraging to kids back home to even get a bit involved in the game if we recreated that in Australia in some way?
Yeah, absolutely. I know back home there's plenty of mates of mine don't play golf, but they know so much that goes on about this week, and there's so many people at home that just know the ins and outs, and they're glued to the TV. But I think what they've got going on here, with the drive, chip and putt, everything they've got going on with the lead up to the Masters, it's so including. And for amateurs like myself and Mateo, just to have the opportunity to play in amongst all the best golfers in the world, it's definitely going to be an unforgettable experience. I mean, I've spoken to Curtis Luck, who played a few years back over the last couple of weeks. And he basically gave me the rundown of the whole week, and he didn't have a single bad thing to say about it at all. But it's just, yeah, there's no words, I guess.
Sure, just Mateo, two for you and then for both of you, the third one. How often or how many times did you get to play here prior to this week? And who did you play with today in any practice round? And who are you guys playing with tomorrow as well?
Yeah, so I came first trip in January. We played 2 days, but I got 36 in each day. We were with the whole team, with the Razorback team, so it was a lot of fun to be out there with friends and people who played here before. Alvaro Ortiz joined us, and he gave me some real good advice. Then I came in February. I took one of my close friends, Tomas Maricotti, who got it for me at the Latin American Am. And we just spent 2 days working on the course and figuring the good puzzle that Augusta National is. And then I came in March, like 2 weeks ago, and just played for 3 days, walked the course with some people that are very close to me, and we had a lot of fun. And also we kept working on the golf course, and just, I mean, it was every time you come out here, it's so special that we had a great time.
And who did you play with today?
I played today with Taylor Moore. He's a former Razorback. We had a lot of fun, and Brad was there walking with us. Then tomorrow the plan is to play with the Latino guys, probably Niman and Mito. I don't know if someone else is going to join or not. And then on Wednesday, hopefully to get to play 9 holes with Colin Morikawa in the morning. That's going to be a hell fun experience for me, just trying to get to know as many players as I can, and getting some very valuable advice from them is also very, very good to get from this week.
Play with tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so I'm playing with Adam Scott, Cam Smith, and Minwoo.
So I have one question in English, and then I'm going to switch to Spanish, but the first one is, for the people that are not that familiar with the events, can you describe how important and how many juniors in your region are looking forward to playing the Asian Amateur Championship or the Latin American Amateur Championship?
Me?
Your event.
Yes,
event, yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I just mean... Sorry, can you repeat that question
How
again? Sorry.
important and how relevant is the Asian Amateur Championship in the region? No?
To win it?
And to play it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know for the last few years, with all the guys that I play with at home, there's always kind of that race to get inside the top 6 in the world rankings just to play in that event. For the last few years, I've been kind of close, but just missed out. And I had a really, really good stretch of events, and I was sitting pretty comfortable to make the team. And I mean, for my first appearance, to do what I did last October was so special. And then to be here this week, it's almost a bit of a blur at the moment. But yeah, I think it just kind of cements the confidence in myself.
Mateo, about the Latin American Amateur, how important is it for the region?
Yeah, I believe the Latin American Amateur is growing the game so much in the region that I played it 5 different times. Every time I did something different. I came close in the previous year to winning, and I saw my friend Abel winning. A couple of years ago, I saw Neiman won. I saw Albert won. It's just giving a lot to the region. Just having this opportunity to be sitting down here as a Latin American Amateur Champion feels very special. And there's a lot of Latin American players doing good on the biggest tours, and I think the lag is a very big part of that.
Y en español ahora, un poco, si quieres describir los preparativos hasta llegar aquí, ¿no? Yo sé que eres muy metódico, has practicado mucho. Cuéntanos un poco qué es lo que has hecho hasta hoy para jugar el Masters.
Bueno, como dijiste vos, mi preparación se basó mucho en, obviamente la ansiedad de estar acá y que llegue la semana del Masters. Desde el día que gané el LAC, obviamente que estuvo en mi cabeza, así que todo el plan fue, el primer viaje lo tenía ya programado para enero, y después me di como tiempo para venir en febrero de vuelta y después en marzo. Así cada tanto podía venir a Augusta National y disfrutar un poco la cancha y sacarme esa ansiedad de lo que era estar acá. Y después obviamente la preparación, hay un montón, creo que Augusta National te exige en todas las partes de tu juego, así que obviamente trabajé en todas las áreas de la forma que había que hacerlo, y ahora simplemente estamos puliendo y viendo qué tan diferente es la cancha a lo que la jugué en las semanas que vine antes, y ajustándolo obviamente.
Bueno, y ahora ya estás aquí, y ¿qué te ha impresionado más de ver el máster en realidad? ¿No? Ya estás aquí, ¿y con quién estás practicando? ¿Cómo te vas a preparar ya para el torneo? ¿Y qué esperas de la semana?
La realidad, lo que me impresionó mucho hoy fue impresionante la cantidad de gente que hubo desde, yo llegué a las 7:30 de la mañana y ya el tráfico, obviamente me imaginaba que iba a ser muy loca la cantidad de gente que había, pero una vez que llegué y ves la cantidad de gente que hay, y sobre todo cuando llegué al driving estaba Tiger ahí, y en el momento que dijo, bueno, vamos para el tee, toda la gente se movió atrás de él, así que fue bastante divertido ver cómo mueve masas y lo que realmente el impacto que genera. Y hoy jugué con Taylor Moore a la mañana voy a jugar con Niman y Mito Pereira. Y el miércoles voy a jugar con Colin Morikawa en la mañana y después obviamente la par 3 en la tarde.
¿Con quién juegas el par 3? O sea, ¿quién te va a llevar la bolsa?
En la par 3 me va a llevar los palos mi novia,
¿Te llama?
la Anacona. También juega al golf. Voy a intentar hacer que pegue en el hoyo 9. Ella juega para el equipo de Arkansas de la universidad, la misma universidad que estoy yo. Así que, nada, ojalá que la deje cerca del 9 y yo puedo meter el pad.
John, maybe we can ask, you have one further question?
Yeah, just for Harrison, I was curious about the EA event last night, and you participated in that. What do you think of that? And I don't know if you did as well, Mateo, but what you guys thought of that and that experience?
Yeah, it was so cool. It was a lot of fun. It was so entertaining, and to see all the graphics in the game itself that they've created, it's unreal, and for it to be so spot on with how the course layout is, I'm not a gamer myself, but I'd definitely be tempted to go back home and tap my card away and grab one.
Yeah, it was a great experience. There were a lot of people, all the little kids from First Tee and the drive chip and putt. They were so loud, and there were huge crowds for all the teams playing. And as Harrison said, the game is so good. I mean, the greens were actually super accurate, and it was pretty useful for just to see the breaks and just going on to the practice rounds these days, like just to see if it was actually going that way or not.
Thank you both for your time. We all hope you play well and enjoy your first Masters. Congratulations on being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.